First, let's dive into getStaticPaths. This function is unique to Next.js and is used in dynamic routes that have variable segments in the URL. For example, if we have a page that displays items, the URL might be items, id. Each item would have a unique id, making the route dynamic. The getStaticPaths function helps us specify which instances of this dynamic route should be pre-rendered at build time. In our code, we start by fetching a list of item IDs from an external source, possibly a database or API. Next, we map over the retrieved items, creating an array of path objects with each item's id as a parameter. Lastly, we return this array as paths and set fallback to false, which tells Next.js to serve a 404 for any paths not specified here. Moving on to getStaticProps, this function runs at build time and is used to fetch the data required for rendering the page. It gets called with a context object, which contains parameters of the static paths, including params. In our script, we destructure params to access id, which was predefined during getStaticPaths. With this id, we fetch the specific data for the item from our data source. Once we have our data, we return it as props, which will be passed to our page component. It's important to note that getStaticProps is called at build time, meaning it does not run on the client side, and the data fetched is baked into the static page. Finally, let's look at the page component itself. The component here, simply named item, takes the pre-fetched data as a prop. Within the function, we destructure item data to access the title and description for rendering. The return.jsx will create a div containing an h1 tag for the title and a paragraph tag for the description. Since Next.js pre-renders this page using the data from getStaticProps, the content is already loaded when a user requests the page, leading to faster load times and a boost in performance.